Hey, this is Webb, and thank you for checking out my channel. Hope you're doing great. So, continuing on mixing this live drum session, we are landed on episode 5 of Room Mics. So, as I mentioned earlier, my drummer did not record these drums with any room mics, so I had to create my own room sound. Just pulled up one of the overheads, and just figured it out, I guess, just to move forward with the project, and whether it's going to be used just for a demo or, maybe it'll just land on the whole track itself. So let's see what I've got going on here. So yet again, if you are interested in watching such videos, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. It would be really appreciated. And a big shout out to James Wise, my session drummer, and also, thanks to Universal Audio for making such amazing plugins. And this Room Mic session is going to be all about using the EMT reverb plugin that I've got right now, and the Fairchild, and the Neve 1073, because it just works. So let's see what we got going on. So let's just solo out just the room and see what's happening here. Yeah, it's quite a big room sound that I went for, but in the mix, at some point everything will change, depending on how the guitars and the bass and the vocals all kind of relates to the whole mix, and when it hits the mix button and stuff like that. So I just like to have a big sound to start off with and then kind of dial it down. So let's just get this out of solo for now and see what it sounds like within the mix. So if I take the input filter slider right down, it's gonna get even bigger. So this is what I mean. You get all that low end kind of going in through the plugin as well, so you dial it down a little bit. Right up there, it's pretty much just focusing on that snare hit. Bang, bang, bang. I kind of like to play around with it a little bit, and just during the mix I'll figure it out. So let's go from the start of the chain. Let's pull up this Neve 1073 and see how I kind of approach by shaping the room sound. So going from just cutting down off a little bit of the 80 hertz and stuff like that. I could go down to 50, see what that sounds like. You can see from a 300 you get rid of all the kick, and sometimes it just works, sometimes it doesn't. Most of the time it just never works, and it just sounds pretty dull, kind of a room sound. At 80, it's kind of okay. At this point, I think I'm liking what it sounds like on 50. Let's just leave it there for now. And also you can see I'm cracking up a lot of 60 and a lot of 3.2, and cutting off a lot of those high frequencies from the room, which you don't need, which you got it on the overheads anyhow. So moving on, let's just bypass that out and see what it sounds like with and without. So this is with the Neve 1073 on the overheads, the room, and this is without. With just cleans it up a little bit, not too extreme, and that's going straight into this EMT 140. Yet again, I can play around with the room sound. If I want it bigger or smaller, I can tame it. So this, let's play around with it for a little while. That is huge on the C plate. B's, I think I've kind of dialed it right down on B. Yeah, so nothing going on in the EQ at the moment, so when it happens in the mix, I'll kind of come back to it and figure that out. And it's just taming it all down with the Fairchild. It just sounds great, and it just gives you that really big, full sound. You can see what happens when that snare hits it. Kind of tames it a little bit, which is great. It kind of gives you that nice gooey feel. Did I just say gooey? So let's just take that out. Makes a massive difference with just a Fairchild on. And this is just a flavor. You're just going to be dialing it in. Right now in the whole mix, it's quite extreme during tracking bass and guitars and stuff like that. So while I'm tracking the guitars, in fact, I would dial the rooms right down so I can get a bit more feel of the actual transients of the drums. And yeah, that's all about the room mic, so which I just kind of created with the overhead. So hope you enjoyed that one. Catch you later.